Recording in progress. Greetings, beloved poets, and welcome to Chaos Magic every Monday night at 8 o'clock. I have been remiss in pointing out something, so I'm going to take a second to point out that we have a YouTube channel in which all of the Chaos Magics from previous weeks are archived, and you can watch your own performance for your own edification and improvement, or you can watch the whole show if you missed it, or you can watch the whole show just because you love Chaos Magic that much. Yes, please go to our YouTube channel. It's Chaos Magic 801. So there's that. I will point out that there is no hate speech, blah, blah, blah. We love each other and it's all love here. So if you find yourself in a bad mood, don't bring it to us, or do if it's poetic enough, you know. But love under law, love is the law, love under will. We will accept you where you come to us from, as long as there's no hate speech. Um, let's see. Is there anything else I need to say, Alma? Am I missing something?
I don't think so. Don't forget to promote
Okay,
each other and drop your handles and stuff like that in the chat.
indeed. Drop your handles in the chat. We want to create a community here. Everybody, drop your handles in the chat, please. Um, so we'll start off with the first performer tonight on the list is Dre Reyes. Dre, will you share some words with us?
Hello, everybody. Happy Memorial Day to all. This is Dre Ray coming at you. Um, co-host
Hold
of
on for
the.
1 second, Dre. Just 1 second. Could everybody mute themselves, please? I notice a bunch of people are unmuted. Make sure you're muted so that Dre has an uninterrupted stream of performance here.
All right, let me just fix my virtual background. Cool. Let's keep it real tonight. Hi, everybody. Dre Ray coming at you. Host of the Slam Jam. This week we're gonna have a special edition. This week, on Saturday, we're gonna have our very own the Magus. Gustav Salas being our special guest coach. So please be there here in this very Zoom room, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for what would be not just a celebration of poetry, but a celebration of art. This is not just a poetry limited event. So if you have any music, if you have any comedy, if you have any other visual performance that you want to showcase on the traditional part of the traditional open mic section of the Slam Jam, please hit me up. Now let's get on with the poetry. So I'm gonna start off with the cover. I'm gonna do a cover of a piece from a friend of mine who's no longer with us. Really awesome poet by the name of Tim Hawkins. I'm gonna cover a piece called "Growing Wrong." Back in the day, we talk about we no, excuse me. Back in the day, we'd walk our suburban streets in midnights, acting like we'd own them because we did. In our minds, anything in your home was yours, and but if there was something of value in your front lawn, in your driveway, or God forbid on our streets, well, shit, that was ours. We rocked shirts that were built for 7 foot tall, 300-pound men, wore 5950 fitteds and Osiris high tops. The louder, the better. We thought the coolest one of us was the one with the most explicit song. Dustin always held the advantage. His father listened to gangster rap, and all he had to do was go into a bedroom, jack a couple albums, bring him onto the bus in the back where all the cool kids were at. We were on some of that middle school is where it's that type of shit. Like fuck you, I'm listening to Yellow Brick Road, pretending I know what it's like to be a full-grown man living with his mother in a trailer park down in Detroit. Or fuck you, I'm listening to Rough Riders anthem, pretending I know what it's like to be the big dog in a pack. Or fuck you, I don't even know what it means, but I love it when you call me Big Papa, throw your hands in the air. We had ignorance tattooed on our foreheads, and the proof came out every time we opened our lips. When I started smoking cigarettes, my brothers recited all the scripture their mothers taught them about addiction, listing so many cancer's side effects that they became a parody of themselves. When Dustin started smoking pod, me and Nick treated that shit like it was crack rock, worried he'd start getting these junkie shakes we saw on TV until we realized weed wasn't all that bad. We laughed and called him a podhead. This is how we handled our lives. Bum a rap song, make a joke. I remember being the first of us to drink a little too much and then a little too often. I can't recall the bad nights, but I know I woke up every weekend to a new joke. One brother was with me the day I excuse me. One brother was with me the day that I overdosed. To the day a doctor from detox told me the damage I had done to my mind was permanent. I would forever be a blank slate, and I was too damaged to respond. My brother stood with vacant stares, waiting for this joke. The punchline was me running through these hospital doors. My brother's not far behind, trying to tackle me to the ground and drag me back into the place I still call hell. And when they did, we didn't fucking laugh because it wasn't a goddamn joke. No rapper could have taught me how hard addiction can hit a family. We all pretend to know more than we ever want to. We couldn't prepare ourselves. We couldn't prepare ourselves with a few rap lyrics. We grew up crooked and we didn't remove this tattoo without leaving a few scars. Sometimes we still meet up in the old neighborhood. We don't treat these streets like alleyways anymore, and we don't pretend we own them because we never did. We never knew a damn thing. Poem. There's that poem. Now, to flip this 180 degrees, I'm going to delve into a persona poem. I presented this maybe once or twice in the Open Minds community, but I just visualized pro wrestler Jeff Hardy talking about how much he loves Chinese food. And if you know me about food poetry, this is going to be a treat in more ways than one. So this is called Wonton Bomb. Man, it feels good to be back in China Garden. Cameron, North Carolina may be my hometown, but China Garden is my true home, sacred ground for my soul. Living in the moment will never be my downfall here. It has and forever will be my salvation. From teriyaki chicken to lo mein, fried rice to dumplings, spring rolls to crab rangoon, China Garden has it all to feed my appetite for destruction. I cannot wait to get my hands on some wonton because that is bomb with as hell with just about anything. We don't have enough time to describe myself, but let's just say wonton turns me into a whole different a whole different monster, acting like what happens to Bruce Banner when he hulks up, but instead of getting super bulked, I turn the environment around me into reincarnation in one of my Daredevil matches. Yeah, I feel alive and thrive while taking dives from huge heights, but figuratively and literally. When it comes to Chinese food, my brother Matt and I are the world tag team champs, and wonton is my adrenaline. I'll never forget the time I went here back in Christmas 2016, back when my brother Matt was going through his broken phase. I was feeling a little reckless and figured to join in on the fun. Life's too short. Dressed lavishly in our broken garb, we passed through the entrance doors and went to the counter. The dude serving us looked worried at our broken condition, as Matt called it. Well, they should have been worried, him and the entire staff. They clearly didn't hear about us, and they were about to find out the hardy way. We were prepared to render the restaurant obsolete with the hope that our appetite would be deleted. I hyped myself for the first bite, for I knew then that my appetite was about to take things to the extreme. Oddly enough, I couldn't remember anything after the first bite. That initial crunch of wonton in my mouth was more satisfying than any crunch I've made in the ring, whether it be with my bones or tables, ladders, and chairs I crashed through. What I do remember was truly a sight to behold. The dining area was absolutely wrecked. Broken tables, dented chairs, 2 ladders near where we ate, with floors splattered with soy sauce, fried rice, and lo mein, and everybody else lying unconscious on the floor. As if that wasn't wild enough, Matt's fabled mower of lawns crashed through the entrance with his father-in-law Benjamin furiously breaking every fortune cookie in the driver's seat. My body felt as wrecked as the restaurant was for some reason as I picked myself up, crawling up to the counter where Matt was merrily stuffing his face with so much crab rangoon in his gullet it looked like he was foaming at the mouth. Brother Nero, I knew you'd come. The Garden of China has been met with its final deletion, and I wouldn't have completed this wonderful task without you. Matt then removed himself from the counter and bear hugged me, and damn, I felt even more broken. As Matt drove us away in his mower of lawns, Matt's recollection of the event sounded like a fun time, man. If only we had the Dudleys involved. They always had a way of making things fun with the sweet hookup with tables, and I would have preferred to have gone through those tables instead of those compact pieces of shit. That part where Matt and I juked off on top of the ladders after Matt and I took dives off the ladders with a pile of wonton sounded really dope. I wish I could recall it. I tried asking for the security footage, but the Hardy Boys were banned indefinitely from setting foot or coming in contact with China Garden. I wonder why. The time Matt and I rendered China Garden obsolete for a month has become a fun story to tell around Christmas in the family, although I get some strange and worried looks. We haven't had Chinese food for Christmas dinner since then. As I approached the counter this time, it's much different. Time has passed, and it's my youngest daughter's birthday, and both of our families will be celebrating together. Nothing is more extreme than my love for my family, and today I'll be living in the moment for her. Poem. Thank y'all.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Your food poems are amazing to me. You really make me hungry. Yeah.
You know those battles that were like these little animated cartoons that were like wrestling matches? Does anyone remember the name of those? I used to watch them in the
Celebrity
90s.
Deathmatch?
Celebrity Deathmatch. Yeah, that's what the
Oh.
poem is giving. It's giving Celebrity Deathmatch.
Everybody open your mics
Mills
and give some
Lane.
love to Dre Ray. OMG, what were you saying?
Oh, no, I was saying Mills Lane was the judge in the Celebrity Deathmatch, right? The old
Yeah,
guy
he
was
was the
the
Yes,
referee.
yes, 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 yes.
Let's get it on!
Okay, next up, Terry Rose Jertson.
Hey, I apologize if I was I'm always hollering at somebody in this house, so I apologize if you heard me hollering at somebody earlier. So I'm reading a cover out of this book called Embarrassing My Future Self, very apropos to the moment. And it's by Gemma Campanini. And the name of the poem I'm reading is called Blurry Hike. I go on this hike without my glasses on purpose. Today, I want to see only what I'm designed to see. When nature is blurred and imperfect, it's just like me. I have no use for the illusion that my world should be clear to me. Maybe this colorful chaos is what I'm meant to see. Maybe this blurry world is where I'm meant to be. So that's that piece. And I'm going to read this another piece that I wrote. Be careful what you wish for. I always thought I knew what I wanted until I got it, at which time the thing I loved became the thing I hated, never seemed to be satiated with anything. Why should I be thankful for deception and lies? I was Pinocchioed, poked and poked, but Pinocchio, you still don't understand what it means to be human. Why don't you just go join the rest of your family in the belly of the whale? I choose to use my pixie dust and fly away to the land of misfits, taking the form of the thing that I would look like anyway if I stayed. Or maybe I'll follow the yellow brick road to Oz, where in spite of you, I will be more like the Tin Woman in search of my own heart, only to be given the great wizard's wisdom that it was there all along. Thanks.
Please open your mics and give some.
Are you going to do an original?
I think she like.
I'm still here, but I didn't hear your question. What did you say?
Are you going to do another piece?
Oh, okay. I could. Yeah. Hold on.
Yes, we generally do a cover and an original, and I was wondering if you had another.
I do.
Super.
All right, hold on.
Ooh,
This is
Terry, can you do that junk drawer hip poem? Do you know where that's at?
oh God, that one, I wrote that one a while ago, so that one's not going to be easy to find.
Got
I'm
you.
going to do this one about my I wrote it. I have so many more. I'm going to do this one about my Nana's house. I miss the sparkle in your milky white eyes that were clouded over through time, but never dimming the love that you provided us. Your home was a bright, safe haven for the kids to come and play, but left an unfillable hole in my heart when you passed away. We were always fed with the food that you would spend all day and night preparing in the porcelain sinked kitchen, your translucent hands filled with blue veins. I asked about why they were so different than mine. Your few teeth wrapped in silver wire coated, soaking in the clear glass by the sink. You explained how they were your real ones, that they made into a bridge, but it was only for appearance. I watched you struggle to chew your food. I remembered you warning us about the lady who lived upstairs and her scary German Shepherd dog in the backyard. A beautifully manicured green lawn where we were not welcome to play. Smokey was there, guarding the premises of the small cottage-like domain. Years later, I returned after you were gone, and a knock on the door revealed the lady I was warned about, wrapped in a white towel.
Yes, yes,
Thanks.
yes.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you for blessing the mic, Terry. Cheers.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Richard Spisak, who is a longtime Chaos Magic performer who has been with us since the beginning, really, and has been gone for 2 months. And we are welcoming him back to the mic and welcoming him back to the real world. Yeah.
Thank you all so much. I can't tell you how much it means to me to be back. You know, when you're away from your brothers and sisters, to return is such a happy thing. I've got a couple little pieces for you. Hopefully you'll find these amusing. I appreciate Memorial Day for those who gave their lives and their life for a good cause, but I also want to remember the peace activists. So I'm going to read this little piece about peace activists who I also honor. I honor on Memorial Day weekend. Okay, here we go. And this is a bit cynical, but you probably will appreciate it. It's called Even the Peace Poser. I remember back when peace activism was fashionable, when even the posers chose the fashion of peace. We judged them often and too harshly. But I'll take a peace poser with a hand sign and fingers a-wagging, with a faux passion to either end the war profiteers, but those lost in the daily grinding hunt. But for some of us, we meant it then and we mean it now. When Dr. King threatened their war, and he threatened to point out the uses of the poor in that war, he was sacrificed, simply, improbably, by a vagrant with a lot of cash. Very sloppy. It was dollars then, and it's dollars now. Even the peace poser. Thank you. Next piece I have is a little more lighthearted. This is it's called The Uses of Humor. When it's said, or you suspect that all your plans are gone and wrecked, when you are sad, mad, glad, or simply had by something evil or at least not quite bad, you may stutter, stammer too. When you're in a jam, do you? Reach at length for something potent like a ducal region or simply a missing docent. Grab a hold of something rash. Now, I'm not talking bags of cash or smoking bowls of Turkish hash or some such spice that makes your pleasures soar or roar down canyons slick as ice. I'm suggesting that you measure another great dollop out, and when you whisper or you shout, grab yourself a great big laugh. Then you'll cut your woes in half. Cut them, splice them, mince them very. Drown them with a glass of berry. Pull their leg and tug their hair. You might just find a generous touch of merriment there. For when they've got you in a box and the holes have worn through your shoes and socks, lean right back and give a chuckle, even though it might bend your strongest buckle. All these things so tough and stringy are no more now than a pretty propeller on your beanie, or a small mustache painted over that picture of the Master Don. Give yourself a hearty laugh. Surely by the clover in your garden, you'll cut your woes in half. And then one last piece, I hope, will bring you a smile. This is called The Wise Philosophies. Seasoning our friend philosophy to taste like a good pasta often leaves a spicy aftertaste. As any Taoist could tell you, sir, overthinking becomes tangled, mangled, and even more than a wee tad obscure. Wasting time with overthinking leads your mind's eye toward erratic blinking. Counterproductive and even pessimistic leads many a philosopher to overdrinking. The quiet mind needs no such crush. The wise philosophy can only blush. Like Lao Tzu beneath Buddha's bow tree, he's sitting quiet, his placid mind untraveled, even scented cedar paneled, the skein unraveled, like a kitten playing softly in a yarn basket does he. The quiet mind upon reflection is free to follow a fresh direction. Only when our minds are quiet will we pass on passion's next riot. Silent without, the inner mantra soothes and quiets, regardless of the God's name used. Peaceful quiet, all passion's wildness, transformed to quietness, now harnessed to the peaceful way. Oh, what wonders performed long before the end of day. Thank you, my friends. Thank you very much. Thank you, brother.
That was absolutely amazing. The layers, it was so good. Please open your mics and give some love out to Rick.
Oh, that was
Rick, so
Rick.
happy to have you back with us.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
fantastic work.
How many poets do you have in the word poets behind you? Like how many faces are in that poets thing behind you?
I have to admit I didn't count, but what I did was, of all the poets that I attended last week, I tried to grab the best pictures from each of them. And I apologize. It's not a
Yeah.
complete picture of all the poets, but there's so many there. And it was such an honor and pleasure to put that together. In the past, when I was feeling a little better, I would try to do a collage of every poetry gathering that I went to. But I'm sorry, my energy is not quite there yet. So I thought, I want to put them all together. I feel bad that I'm not honoring them. So this was my attempt to honor them and remind people there's so many chances for you to speak your truth. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Thank you again, my brothers and sisters. Thank you so much.
Yeah, a beautiful thing indeed.
That was wonderful. Up next is Joski C.
The Troubadour, Joski C. Yeah. So excited to have you with us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Just remembered the
Great. How's
original
Deneen?
sound button. She's doing great. She's doing
Good to
great.
hear it.
I appreciate your moving me up on the list. Circumstances. Thank you for that too. But I just wanted to hop on and play something I wrote after George Floyd's murder. You know, this weekend was we marked that anniversary. So this is something I wrote called How Many Cops? How many cops does it take to make you dead? How many cops does it take to make you dead? Brianna, first responder, can't respond no more. No knock cops, breaking locks, crashing through her door. Looking for a male, already in their jail. How many cops does it take to make you dead? How many badges, how many guns, how many bullets, how many wounds, how much blood in your bed? Crush of a knee on your neck. How many cops does it take to make you dead? They pulled George Floyd from his car for a $20 bill. Stood up, handcuffed, brought down to the ground. Cop got a knee on his neck. George Floyd couldn't catch a breath. How many cops does it take to make you dead? How many badges, how many guns, how many bullets, how many wounds, how much blood in your bed? Crush a knee on your neck. How many cops does it take to make you dead? How many bullets, how many guns, how many daughters, how many sons, how much blood in your bed? Crush a knee on your neck. How many cops does it take to make you dead?
Yeah, what CP said in the chat, Joski's writing is truly a beautiful thing to not only watch, but simply to experience. It's something that sticks with you. Joski, thank you so much. Do you have another piece for us?
You know, let me spit this quick poem, if I can.
Spit this quick poem, yeah.
This is called Memorial Day. As flares leap, night retreats to shadow. Wisps of smoke hover and glide, ethereal remnants of a verdant land. They drift as if evicted souls searching for an explanation. Our children waken to the acrid smell, attach arms like prosthetic limbs, then gently step between the vines. Told who to blame, aim for the heart. Children wearing uniforms colored different than ours. Kids clothed in country dress, adolescents in t-shirts and pants, indicted by age, targeted by suspicion. Children's play kicks up the dust. A translucent veil billows, then folds, revealing ancient rituals. Beneath overhanging thatch, the watching of mothers as babies suckle breasts. A white crane lifts its gentle wings as if to embrace, takes flight from this village where someone was nice to children wearing uniforms, colored different than ours. This all took place in their backyard, where our children trespassed, carrying guns. Better to shoot than be shot upon was the modus operandi, the instruction, the sin we taught our children. And that's it.
Crazy ending line, Joski. Holy shit.
Super powerful. Wow. Everybody open your mics and give some love to Joski C. So, so incredible.
So
You are
good.
amazing. You never cease to amaze me, Joski.
No.
So,
Tell
There's
them you
this
love them.
there's this poem titled Dulce et Decorum Est by Wilfred Owen. And it just it came, that like entire vibe was there.
wow. I don't know the poem, but I'll look for it.
It's one of my favorites. It's I love that poem, and I found it actually when I was in service, and it just, I don't know, it just stuck with me. And this one gave me, yours gave me the same feeling.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I apologize that I have to leave, but I'll catch you all on
Take care,
YouTube.
Joski.
Later, Gustav, my brother.
Bye. Okay, up next on the mic is Paul Skiff, the Jedi Master, the Lower East Sider. Did you make it to the Lower East Side party?
No, I regret not making it there. I've been traveling, so I couldn't get
Ah.
there.
Oh,
I always regret missing it. It's the best thing that happens in the neighborhood. In part because it's right on Avenue C, Lower East Side Avenue. And it's really a show of the neighborhood in force. It's like every cultural organization, all the great restaurants, and a lot of super DIY and independent groups. So if anybody ever has a chance to go there, I would strongly recommend it.
right on.
Just have I'm going to do two very short cover things here. They're actually song lyrics by Leon Russell. The first one's from 1965. It was his first single on the Dot label, called Everybody's Talking About the Young. You can look this up on YouTube. It's kind of astounding, from 1965. Everybody's talking about the young. They forget the damage that's been done by middle-aged adults in Southern cheated cults. So why do they still talk about the young? The younger generation and its plight ain't half as bad as hangings in the night. We got a monkey on our back in a little Georgia shack. So why do they still talk about the young? Congo, Cuba, it's out of the frying pan. China's got an atom bomb. Boy, it's gonna hit the fan. Let's talk about the young in Vietnam. They're over there fighting for our land. Yeah, they're young, but they got guts, bayonets and rifle butts. Well, who's gonna bury all our young? Hey, you talkers, will you bury all our young? And the next one is Leon Russell from 1971 called Down on the Bass. When I was home on Sky Hill Drive, was electronically alive, but now I'm living in Vandenberg, so militarily absurd. When things are slow down on the base, we can shoot tear gas in the dummy's face. We can stick our bayonets in the ground. When the president comes, we'll all just stand around. He'll give $1 for your fingers, $2 for your eyes. You pay the price of freedom, boy, so realize. Well, I guess I'll help and butt fuck Nam, teach him how to vote and how to bomb. My life's a small enough price to pay to teach those commies American way. Now I'm laying on my face and the death explosions every place. I thought I heard the medic say, hey, he's blind. I guess I'm next to stand in line. I'll get $1 for my fingers, $2 for my eyes. I paid the price of freedom. Now I realize I can see the world's a better place if I could see it all. I hear my German shepherd coming down the hall.
Yeah, everybody open your mics. Give some love to Paul Skiff.
And I have an original thing.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's the chaos that precedes the magic.
Yep. So it goes. I thought I heard some background noise, so if everybody could make sure they're muted, then I won't get distracted. This poem isn't done yet, so it's in progress. I have to figure out how to end it and how to deliver it. And I apologize, I have a bit of a sinus infection that's lowered my voice a register. I make my home in the shadow of the wind because the dream showed me it had a hole in the back of its head, a casualty from unexplainedness. The dream performed rhetorical acts in the weather of mortality, now able to provide anticipation. The sojourn indifference accepts as its shelter. If you are going to dig my grave, please know I already forgot myself to death. If you are going to dig my grave, get it to promise there is enough room for all the hearts I planted my voice within. My fists are made of tar from the street where the boy with 2 bullets in his head fell love first. Pigeons, ghosts grill on the sidewalk of Avenue B, hatched from the necessity of not enough tomorrow. The city will hand out a future to you. If you stand in line at never going to quit. At 3 in the morning, I run up 11th Street to catch free joy in the rain on my tongue. Ashes that snow down like sanctity from the tenement charring in misfortune's boast next door. Purify me with wanting nothing more. There are not enough days to remember all my escapes, but that is how I arrived here all alone, still standing up. The 12-year-olds slinging smokable suicide on the corner drove the honest pizza man to put his oven on his back and cross the river. The girl searching for anything at all lifts a short red silk dress from the trash can, holds it up to sashay in hot August breeze that caresses the lure like a tender boyfriend. Tomorrow is not here yet, but it plays like what you want in your idle stare from the 6-story roof across the city where you came to hide out from not meaning anything. In the envelopes where I keep one strand of hair from each of the pleasure seekers who passion hunted the talent of my lips for sucking the basement doorknob to their ecstasies, so they would float like a bird in the sky. The last one who married my love gusher with their tongue before they disappeared in the emotional desert of a career. Yesterday kissed me with an open mouth full of regret in the church at a poet's funeral. Each day sirens pass beneath my window from ladder 11's truck at the firehouse on the end of the block, filling my soul's sanctuary with reassuring mercy and kindness I heard while waiting in the womb, lulled to bliss by my mother's heart chants. When the mayor sends another tank to prowl the street in front of the people's homes who want only the right to live in dignity, righteousness is not in the municipal budget. Teenagers wait on the malevolent street for the purpose of adolescence, but the only two things the indolent afternoon sends in their direction are low self-esteem and a slow-moving old man. The one-eyed Doberman pincher who pays our rent enjoyed another once-a-month weekend in the neighborhood. matching turds with the pit bulls. Now he waits, staring at the front door, for his master to pull up in a white Rolls Royce and count out the $750 in cash. I make my home in shadow of the wind, because the dream showed me it had a hole in the back of its head. A casualty from unexplainedness, the dream performed rhetorical acts in the weather of mortality, now able to provide anticipation. The sojourn indifference accepts as its shelter. If you are going to dig my grave, please know I already forgot myself to death. If you are going to dig my grave, get it to promise there is enough room for all the hearts I planted my voice within.
Yeah, incredible work, Paul. I do not have Sophia Falco in the room.
Oh,
Apparently
she's
she has,
not.
I don't see her, no. So can we spotlight Marianne Tefton CP?
I am trying to do that now. I'm in the settings. I see under recording. Record video during screen sharing. Place video next to the shared screen. Ooh, it told me there would be like a regular, like a
Yeah,
way
I
to
thought
do
it
a
was
gallery
easy.
view. It told me there would be a
I
way to
thought
do
it
a
was,
gallery view, but I don't see it.
is it okay if we just do the gallery view, you guys? Sorry, yeah, like that's what chaos magic is all about, is a little chaos before the magic. So you guys are entrusted with bringing the magic to our show because we have brought the chaos as promised.
Actually, if
Marianne
you could,
Teft,
Megas, if you could check under your settings real quick,
yes,
your video settings.
video.
It might let you do it during the recording, because I think because I'm doing it on the side over here and I'm not exactly the host, it's probably not letting me.
Why are you not co-host? What is going on here? Like,
I don't know, I just joined.
okay, you should always be co-host. Make co-host. Yes. So you're co-host now. Maybe that will free up some bandwidth. I do not see
Okay, let me
anything
see.
under. Sorry, you guys, the anticipation must be killing you. We're all waiting eagerly for your words, Marianne. I see CP salivating over there. Yeah. Okay, we'll just start without it in a gallery mode. Yeah. Marianne, you've waited long enough. Please bless us with your words. We're so excited.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Magus, Alma, and poet friends everywhere. I would like to start with a piece that Facebook told me I wrote a year ago. It's on the theme of craving notoriety and beyond. This time I hear you say words betrayed by eager eyes. For real this time, the phone will ring, the flurry of hearts will come, burying my feet, shins, and knees. See, will know they love me. Perhaps I have only learned to read your mind, hear my thoughts unravel in your mouth, waiting for those we want to want us, like hounds who cower before the brimming dish, loyal footsteps stung too often by the stick. We were raised on craving. It flowed down our throats in mother's milk that never filled our bellies. Even though they gave us everything we wanted, they never stayed to play or even find out the rules of our game, because everything we ever wanted was never a thing. That's my own poem, and for my cover tonight, it's a very great privilege to share a poem again that I heard maybe a little over a month in one of our many wonderful Zooms. And I decided tonight to climb to the tallest peak and throw myself off and cover a poem that I really love from a great friend of our open mic and all open mics, C.P. Mays. Eardrum echoes, last dance kisses, and goosebump breath. Your solar-scented skin slips and slides across should have, would have beens, like back-flipping fingers all fickle flicked, and I dare you to find me or forget me again. I'm not here, but then again, you've never been all there, so sell me a smooth lie I could curl up with in the corners of your mouth. Swing at every insecurity hurled and fastballed and projected toward you, for you've never been one to play games, but you're damn good at walling up. Wallow and winning anyways. That's why Curtin calls voicemail miracles in your name. Our imaginations hump date each other into the backwash of a brunched Thursday. We planted our conversations inside the fields of each other's irises, getting to the bottom of each other's beautiful, squaring up each other's roots while watering down colorful margaritas with our top shelf self. I lost myself in you. Told heartbeat to tell my inner voice to beat the life out of my eardrum with an, if you don't make it back to me before this night's over, I will throw caution against the patiently and smell your sweat back to me. I don't know who you were in your past life, but I can tell by the way you shoot me shotgun looks, you've killed many a love's maybes with the moon's so what's before. You know how there's something special about being in a foreign city that allows you to be a kid again? Your mouth is that foreign city that allows all of my lovesick to become a kid again. I stacked and saved up all my mistakes in past relationships just so I could afford to not make the same mistakes with you. If I gave up the fight or flight back to my sober self, sling-shoot me down with a whisper and remind me to try again. Golden chairs buckled, backwash, muted moments scream for our deepest secrets to be heard by anyone but ourselves. Honesty left used silkworm condoms on the I don't understand nightstand with a note that read, thanks for the smooth ride. Sincerely yours, your rocky times. Watercolored brush sickles fell up from the ground. Can I lay by your side and wrap whispers around the symphony of your rib cage? I want to sleep with the lights on. Would you see the I'm yours in my hellos? Senses all sheet music when I'm around you. Linen, listen to me. Lay paradise down into the parade of passion. Floating waves across veined streets of loneliness. We've both fucked our way across burning bridges before, so this time shouldn't be as difficult as your downtrodden, upbeat, crooked, long-bowed leg orgasm that never learned to shoot straight or narrow anyway. I want nothing more than to grasp at the God-given ghost haunting your hip bones. But that can only happen if you learn to let go of your past and hold on to me. And by me, I mean now. And by now, I mean love. I don't want to wait for the shallow water to run deep. Oh, swift kick universe, chinny chin chinning above the treetops. I know your alarm clocks are made out of recycled human beings falling in and out of love, not making a sound. 'Tis the season of salt shakers, and save your wounds for the thrift stores that were born wanting to live here. We should never try to perfect the double Dutch decker of chessboard checkered front yard lawns. Somewhere, someday soon, is going to explode. Tourist tickle. I miss you. I miss the tender of skin between the fingers, left hand fingers holding mine. I've never kissed a guitar riff as smooth as 3 forevers and 2 fuck yes. Rain, backward, forward guitar progression of fire licks, and I can't read palms, but best believe I've studied the cracked plastic baby dolls in yours. The sky looks pissed. The raindrops are tossing up their graduation hats into a cloudy horizon of the future's bright and it's yours. I could smell the limit to your love across the careless truth or dare that's become my name. Have you ever seen a whisper fall in slow motion? Have you ever read a smile that's only been considered a foreign language? Your wrists are out-of-place caterpillars that crawl across the save me from hitting the road to nowhere again, or hitting the brick wall of your I can't afford to let you in close to me. And that's okay. It really is. It's really only reason I stayed up so late last night in my prison, stitching together all the dirty laundry we've both acquired. I used the tattered, battered bed sheets and bleached, worn hearts ripped from sleeves and climbed out of the window of why not just stay filthy? I want to run through fresh cut grass in bowls and drink lovers' spit until liquor stores open, lewd and crass, sensual and organic, obscene and salacious, Crayola purple silence, a Jesus drink special you've become. We both laughed like hip bones, like hallelujah, like hippie hypocrisy, as we contemplated the silliness of how the word mistletoe sounds like a deadly walk. We pressed the red buttons, answer our cell phones, and spoke smoke signals into the carbon silk of the night. These eyes are wondering, why in the hell are your thighs wasting my precious time? Your mortal mouths make angels butterfly envious. Hopping tadpoles dance in your premature ways of skipping away from difficult questions. Let's let the sensitive skin behind our knees determine who pays for dinner tonight. Tabletop tot, I would love to go Dutch on a charge card dream and sign the receipt, whoever the hell you want me to be. Hand-woven scarfs, glass slipper liquid into the impossible of you, while an autumn of apple martinis makes up its mind to prom night into the perfumed cologne festival of fingernails and moonshine. Too lost to turn back, too much passion to turn down the sheet music. Confession? Tomorrow's just 1 second away. Confession? Your collarbone's been nominated for a religious doctrine. Confession? Your kind of surreal shouldn't be acceptable in any Adam's apple court of law. Unwrap my teeth and allow me to be the any light switch. Home. I promise you hugs until fears go down easy. Drive ashtrays through wine bottles until my baby sounds like a good enough rest stop to sleep in. You're a water lily dew, aircrafty bubble bath across airbags, always betting on right now. You're a stay with me until you're an all I need. You're a let's not parking lot. You're a let's Tokyo drift donuts around halos, fortunes, and overpriced fishbowl prescription with a sunflower for astigmatism. Instead, can we just focus on each other's goddamn, I love your natural language tongue? When the distance goes, hitchhiker's sundown, thumb heartbeats across country cheekbones, our laughs went half on the gas. The epic dawn drove seatbelts across backstroking faith, drove seatbelts across the find another good reason to doubt this moment. Living sounds like a pretty good place for us to hang our always scared on. It ain't picture perfect puzzle pieces of skin, just sexual cake batter spoons hiring any part-time tongue to mop up our floors. Thank you, poet friends, and thank you especially my dear friend C.P. Mix.
You sound so much better than me. Oh, those lines. Like, oh, that's gorgeous.
I'm glad you
That is what Chaos Magic is all about. That is really covering each other's work like that. Amazing on so many levels. I can't even describe. CP, incredible poem. Marianne, what a reading. What a read. Wow. Oh my God. Just spectacular, spectacular, spectacular. Love it.
Thank you so much, CP. This piece, I just adored it, and I'm so grateful to you for allowing me to share it again. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No worries. Like Chaos Magic, baby. That's what we do, Megas, right? We just do a cover, do our own indie, and to have you do your indie first, like to sacrifice your poem first to read mine. And I know how loose and artistic the writing was. So like for you to break it down to be tangible, fuck. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shout outs, Chaos Magic. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chaos
Cheers.
Magic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next up. Go ahead, Alma.
I'm gonna go ahead and take them off the spotlight. So
Okay.
yeah, please feel free. I was going to call
You're
Nemo
always in the
some-
spotlight of my heart, though, both of you.
Aw.
It was so amazing. I did want to say that, Marianne, just the way that you expressed it was just perfect.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Okay, we should be back to normal now.
Well, as normal as we ever get.
Right. Up next is Nemo Sum. Nemo Sum.
Thank you. Marianne, that was wow. Unbelievable. So cool. I'm going to start with cover. This is by Will Oldham. This is I See a Darkness. Well, you're my friend, and you can see. Many times we've been out drinking, and many times we've shared our thoughts. But did you ever notice the kind of thoughts I got? Well, you know, I have a love for everyone I know. And you know, I have a drive to live. I won't let go. Could you see its opposition comes a rising up sometimes? That its dreadful imposition comes blacking in my mind? And that I see a darkness? And that I see a darkness? And did you know how much I love you? Is a hope that somehow you can save me from this darkness. Well, I hope that someday, buddy, we have peace in our lives, together or apart, alone or with our wives, that we can stop our whoring and pull the smiles inside and light it up forever and never go to sleep, my best unbeaten brother. This isn't all I see. Oh no, I see a darkness. Oh no, I see a darkness. Did you know how much I love you? Is a hope that somehow you can save me from this darkness. And then this is fresh ink in that it is still under construction. I have a trigger warning for vulnerability. I have a trigger warning for pain that can be hard to hold in. I have a trigger warning for open heart surgery on stage, for the sacrificial knife held aloft because some higher power needs proof. I have a trigger warning for a poet in pain, writhing in words, talking tragedy, feeling shit and sharing. I have a trigger warning for verbal violence, for truth you take in the solar plexus, for doors kicked in and secrets dragged out, screaming into the light. I have a trigger warning for actually being seen, for masks lifted, souls glimpsed, and flaws exposed. I have a trigger warning for eyes once opened that cannot close. I have a trigger warning for meaning with a capital M. I have a trigger warning because the person sitting next to you is holding in the hurt because someone in this room is in crisis. I have a trigger warning because I'm talking to you. Because this is about what we're doing right now. Because what we feel really matters. This is a trigger warning. Because if you're listening, this could make a difference. If I do my job, these words will trigger you. Thank you.
Yeah, damn it, Nemo. Wow, that was fantastic. Yeah. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Just superb writing. Just superb.
That's a classic in the making, Nemo. Like that's a fucking poet
It is.
deciding piece, man. That shit's
It is.
fire.
Thank you. I'm working on the ending. It'll come. It'll come. Thank you.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Nemo. I still don't know how to say the last part of it. But the statements were just so powerful.
Settle it
And
for
up
us.
next,
Is it Nemo Sum or Nemo Sum? Come on. Settle it for us.
I assume rhyming with doom or gloom. Tomb.
all right, perfect. That's Nemo Soon, bringing the doom. Amazing work. And up next is Daniel.
Hi folks, my cover is titled Ode to Winter. It's written by Susan Jarvis Bryant, someone whom I admire greatly. This is how it reads. A honey pool of sun seeps from the skies. The crisp and clingy leaves have lost their grip. My scarlet spirits dip as gold and russet highs bid cold goodbyes. I feel your icy bite in twilight's breeze, your stinging chill, your sylvan nip, your hoary moonlicked tease that bends the naked branches to your will. You suck the thrumming blood from Gaia's veins, then thrust her plump and sumptuous autumn spill. That juicy berry fill for scrawny critters scouring country lanes. You sigh through field and fen, through thick of night. A rush of breath drifts from your lips to fog the spangled light where reapers creep and mortals peek at death. Your presence comes with promise to excite, with dreamy scenes of lacy flakes of snow. You leave blue souls aglow with memories of Christmases of white. your shining shawl of glory swathing earth as sleigh bells ring. I know your rage and grace, I know your worth, I know your savage splendor, gift-wrapped spring. And this is Bloom That Breaks the Frost by yours truly. As soil-embedded spans of diamond threads rescind their grip on long-forgotten beds, a springtime platform comes alive, displays of surging mazy tints enriched by rays, the prelude of a nursling year. Once buds arise in rows of bloom lane bells, a flood of insects hum and flit amid each chime, while petals oscillate in rhythmic prime. Elsewhere fields turn into supple seas, ripple into the lyrics of a breeze, and swiftly part into staccatos, strung with rampant merriment by many young calves and lambs assuming center stage. In shrubberies and canopies, change emerges, verdant blankets that appear as heralded by feathered balladeers. As March expires, beaming sways give way to shades while light and shadows interplay. The ground is hit by trills of an April shower, waking bushes, grasses, plants, and flowers, coating sceneries with lucent blends, leaving scars on skyscrapes where it rends kaleidoscopic trails with sunshine glows and glimmers, as above, so below. Within the melodies of warmer weeks, the roots and greens attain their vernal peaks. Having raised the land from frigid slumbers, spring hands over the baton onto summer. Thank you.
Wow, Daniel, I love your delivery. Unbelievable. Just fabulous delivery. Just great poem, great delivery. Your voice is one of a kind. Super.
That's nice work. Good writing.
It was giving thespian, it was giving Shakespeare at the theater.
Like, I felt like, Daniel, I was watching fucking 300, the movie, and you were the narrator's voice, like telling us what was happening and going on. Like, yeah, that was fire, man. Yeah.
Yes. It was giving Rome. It was giving for the
Right.
glory of Rome.
So this is Sparta, then.
Yeah, this is Sparta. Yes.
I wanted to say, as above, so below, and beyond, I imagine.
Mm.
It's a Tool quote. Well, I mean, it's a quote.
Fitting.
It was really cool to see that in there because all of the language was so classical, and then you sort of threw that in there, and that felt modern, and it was just really like a moment of like switching it up.
Thank you for the kind words, folks. That means a lot.
Cheers.
Yeah, man.
Okay, up next on the mic, we have CP Mays. Very excited to see what you bring tonight.
Yes. I'll do mine first, and then I'll do the cover. So yeah, like, I'm on some Marianne Tough type shit. Like, I found this poem over Elemental's house, like about 11 o'clock this morning. And it was a poem from like 2001. And I built poems inside my head. But the bad part about it is, if I never write it down, years later, I'll start losing fragments of the poem. And luckily, this was recorded somehow, some way, and I found it. So, 2001, one of my favorite pieces. Tomorrow is a promise I never learned how to keep. Yesterday is all I've ever learned how to hold on to. It'll make more sense when the present makes more sense. I promise to always love you like a car crash. Tongue Like a tabernacle, well vest in razor ties, she learned to speak lacerations, suicide notes, and I love you fluently before ever graduating the 6th grade. By 8th grade, her mother died, leaving her only an arranged marriage, more like a summer shotgun wedding between her and Jack Daniels. By spring, she divorced and left him for Jose Cuervo. They still hold menage a trois from time to time, but the first time we kissed, she stared straight into these 2 parole boards they call pupils and promised to always love her like a car crash. Baby, I never meant to drive you away, but Lord knows I've been afraid of DUIs ever since then. Losing ourselves like religion, I became addicted to the way our scars fucked each other along the sheetrock we called skin. Do you remember? On my 21st birthday, you showed up naked wearing nothing but sleeping pills and the concrete in your cheekbones. We stayed up all morning trying to pave a road towards salvation just to find out that the roadmap of life has always been published by sin. But on a rainy Valentine's Day of 2003, you disguised yourself as both of my witnesses at a courthouse wedding and convinced the judge to sentence me to a 2.5-year marriage of misinterpreted love. But last week, you showed up to an open mic wearing a hippie skirt that flowed like 13 well underdressed hallelujahs, the color of Judas's tears, and you brought me a drink, 2 drafts and a Heineken incognito, so goddamn close he had mistaken my heartbeat for a rush hour car wreck, and you drove me home to my 23-degree townhome with no electricity and begin to kiss me as soft as the wind chill factor we've mistaken as our lives. Lips puckered like 2 hands praying, saying something, so I said from the hip, shoot. She said, write me something beautiful. And promised to read it to me tomorrow, Maze. Write me something beautiful. And promise to read it tomorrow. But this is the best that a broken heart can breathe. And this is how the opening stanza will read. I've never learned to keep yesterday. All I've ever known how to hold on to, it will make more sense when the present makes more sense. I promise to always love you. Like a car crash. Poem. Whew. Okay. So I got the pleasure of covering a poet that goes by the name Maddie. I'm so proud to be a contemporary with so many people in this room. Like, I think we're just as badass as fucking a Plath or a Dickinson or a fucking Wordsworth. Like, I think my contemporaries in the right now, we're a bunch of fucking badasses. I don't know if y'all know that, but we're a bunch of badasses. So I'm gonna cover Maddie's poem. I'll kick it back to Magus. Left hand or right hand, Magus? You're gonna help me choose which poem to read. Left hand, right hand. Got you. Crawl. Love is a spell cast from the mouth of a man who can listen to me talk about my father. I ain't big enough in the mud boot to feed their soul back the trail. There's a desire path cut through me by someone else, and then myself, and then myself. I am my father's bloodthirsty warpath. I am a curse still trying to undo my corset. Love is a spell cast from the mouth of a man who has nothing to do with my father. But listen so well, love is a whispered breath into the mouth that says, I am wanted. He says he wants me. and then still ask, this is a Hollywood tragedy. My dad gave me Lolita for Christmas once. I am enchanted by his same hands over and over again, each gift horse. I think myself charity. Love is a spell cast again and again till it hits the jugular. Love is cursed upon me, and I to it wish my necklace like fistfuls of pissed off coins down the well, my ears ringing copper and stagnant water. So I will pray and eat now, because I have crumbled for less than God can spit my way before him. A nickel, I lose me, I fall away and chip. I glass slipper my tooth into a ballroom stairs. I fall in love, then I think I know I must be. I am empty, gut me. I always beg for love like a street dog, hollow in the ribs like I'm a well. This one touched my chest palm flat and heard the echo of a choir in middle school stairwell. I can sing into your throat till my voice comes out bubble wrap, baby. I'm still a bullet. I think I'm a good bucket. I want so badly to hold myself, but keep on dry bricking myself into the pavement. When the tears well dry up, I tip the kneecap of my inner child till she kneels. I beg sky stone me, please. I kneel and pray at my own hospice bed for half down love storm. Bomb my lead back leather jacket, shoot me up with ink, carve me limestone, save my marbles for a game. I love jazz. I want to be used like a gun. I want him to be like the one so bad I drove him to my father's house just to see if he know what to do to make the slipper fit. Knock me out. Tell me the truth. I trust everyone with a driver's license. All I know is better than me yet. Still, hi-hat, be dumb, punchline, kicker. I love a good kick in the teeth. I love good point driven in the last nail and coffin. I am afraid I will die alone. A good belly in my father's shadow. My whole family eats darkness while writing about the light, as if all the way over there, and while it catches our souls for feet. I'm trying, begging to lift up my dark spots. Love, y'all, love has teeth. And where's your father's cologne? Goddamn, Maddie. Wherever scarred you up best, you look good in it, begging. I'm ready for the whip. Call me daughter. Call me still small enough to be forgiven for my shovels full of dirt in the mouth I want to die with. Someone named stuff in me. All mine. I don't want empty out and serve no more, but it's all I know, baby. Buckets. I mean, just bury me in a childhood-sized casket and let me know I am going to get into heaven like that before I raise myself held to hand. Begging for a pack of good hounds to use my guts to shine up their coat. I put on Dad's sweater and sunk into a black hole of blankets and wept till he crawled out of me, holding me the way I keep asking lovers to, clawing his way through till fed. Y'all, I don't care. Before I raise myself held to hand, begging for a pack of good hounds to use my guts to shine up their coat, I put on Dad's sweater and sunk into a black hole of blankets and wept till he crawled out of me, holding me the way I keep asking lovers to, clawing his way through till fed. You're the bear. You're the best. Let's hear it for the seasons, all of which challenge me to wake up again and find something alive to eat. Crawl by Maddie. Yeah. Thanks, Maddie.
I love you.
Two giants
fucking
covering each
honored. I
other.
love you so much.
That's what Chaos Magic is all about. That makes my night. Yeah. Marianne covering CP May, CP May's covering Maddie. That is what Chaos Magic is all about. Um, we really make magic here, and I'm just blown away by all of you. All of you are so important to me. Next up on the mic, Alma, who's next?
So I just wanted to say, wow, that was so insanely powerful and such a powerful read as well. Thank you so much, Maddie. Make sure you drop your handle in the in the comments when you can, or somebody do it for her. We'll find a way so we can find her and keep supporting each other. Up next is OMG JB. Welcome, and I believe it's your first time here, so let's give a big round of applause for him.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to Chaos Magic.
Welcome.
Instead of giving a
Here.
round of applause to me, can you give it to Daniel, who invited me here?
Well,
Oh,
Daniel, for
awesome.
inviting
Thank
him
you.
here.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah.
Welcome.
And so I will immediately break the rules, and I will share not a cover, a parody, in fact. And then I will share another piece because I didn't realize that today is Memorial Day. And it seems like there are some people who have served here, served in whatever capacity. I also, once upon a time, so I'll do that one. Daniel has heard it, but let me start first with this this cover piece, if that's okay. I got the thumbs up. Perfect.
Yes, go ahead.
Early rules are made to be broken. Rules are made to be broken. Love is the law. Love under will. Do as thou wilt shall be the whole of the law.
So, without harming anyone, two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Two roads that both seemed fair. Both roads were wide and both well trod, and so I tarried there. One road I knew led past a town, the other to the sea. But which was which, I could not say, and both appealed to me. I had the urge to walk both roads, to wind round every bend. Yet in one day there was not time to see each to the end. Now a lesser human might flip a coin and trust to fate the choice. But what are days or forks in roads when fate must heed your voice? And so I stood and I raised my arms. My fingers clawed the sky. I threw my head back, laughed aloud, a fierce glint in my eye. I spoke the words, and for a time my hands outshone the sun. And I brought my hands together then, where once two roads, now one. And laughing still, I walked that road, quite smug and satisfied, until at last I reached the end. And there my laughter died. For at the end, a grisly sight, the wreckage of a town, its villagers all torn apart, their limbs all strewn around. And just beyond this, blue and vast, there stood the shining sea. Its wave lapped gently at the dead in quiet mockery. I knew at once the blame was mine. They had died because of me. Their town had lain between the roads that I'd merged so thoughtlessly. So I sat down hard upon the earth, and I gave the matter thought. And I sought a spell that might undo the carnage that I'd wrought. The healing arts would not avail. One cannot heal the dead, nor would the arts of binding serve. Their souls had long since fled. And if I raised them from the dead with necromantic lore, they'd just be bodies, soulless flesh, husks and nothing more. And then a thought occurred to me that had not occurred at first, a simple spell of rewind time. And time would be reversed. And so I reached into my pack. I withdrew that ancient tome. But as I peeled the cover back, I closed it just as soon. And I stood up hard upon the earth. I wiped away the tears. And with this new acceptance, I walked on through the years. And now, not to break protocol, I must find, because I used to have this memorized. I was once upon a time a street performer, and I would offer people poems on the street about war, famine, pestilence, and death. And so I think this is quite appropriate for today. This is the State of the Union. Give me one moment, please. No, that's not there. Here we go. Sorry for the brief delay there. So this is, I was once upon a time in the military, and this is my understanding of what we have built as humanity. And it begins with the Lord of War. They begged for life. I watched them die. They bled for truth. I whispered lies. They cried for help. So I offered guns. And when they called for war, I sold them one. I turned their struggles into cash. I took their diamonds, oil, gas. I took their gold and precious ores. I took it all. And then I took some more. They wanted tanks, so I sold a few. They wanted jets, I sold this. They wanted bombs with bells and whistles, armor-piercing guided missiles, helicopters and UAVs, rocket launchers and RPGs, sniper rifles and Gatling guns, ammunition by the ton, anything to win the war. They bought it all, and they begged for more. Only then their mines and wells ran dry. So I supplied the other side. I didn't really care who won, so long as they kept buying guns. They also needed tanks and jets, so I sold those too. And I placed my bets. And when at last their funds ran dry, I closed up shop and I waved goodbye. I left them fighting over sand, over barren, broken land. I left them there, and I went next door to begin my next for-profit war. But then the emissary of peace comes along, and he says, or she says, I heard the news. I came at once. I hope I'm not too late. I offer you this olive branch, my token of good faith. I'm here to give you medicine, to give you food to eat. I'm here to give you running water, shelter, light, and heat. I came to rebuild infrastructure, hospitals and schools. I came to reestablish order, to reinstate the rules. Now, I want to start with politics. I will take a poll or two and then install the government that I know is right for you. I will help you write the Constitution. I can help you make the laws. I will help you vote for leaders who are loyal to the cause. I will pave the way for progress with my special interest groups, and then pave the way for interstates with complex exit loops. I will link your towns together into one great urban sprawl with parking lots and superstores and massive shopping malls. I will put up lots of billboards so that you'll know what to buy. I will feature clothes that you should wear and cars that you should drive. I can tell you where to grab a drink and where to grab a bite. I can guide you there with neon signs, and strings of glowing lights. I will build you Starbucks, Taco Bells. I will build you KFCs, Domino's and Pizza Huts and cheesecake factories, Burger Kings and Dairy Queens, and Jackson boxes too, McDonald's, Subway, Cinnabon. I will build them all for you. Only first, I need to send some men to set things straight. Some men with guns, in armored tanks, to keep my interests safe. Look, I promise they won't harm you. Don't you trust me? Can't you see? I didn't come to start a war. I came to sell you peace.
It was spot on, brilliant, from end to end.
Yeah, just
What a,
brilliant.
what a pathetic true story of us. Yeah, we need a new monetary system on the planet. All zeros and ones.
Brilliant.
That was amazing. Thank you so much and welcome again
Welcome
to
again to Chaos
Chaos
Magic.
Magic. Up next is Parquillian.
Am I next? I thought Kazi
Yes.
Kaz was going next.
I
Oh
thought
wait,
Kazi was
am
next,
am
yes.
I confused?
Yeah, I thought Kazi
Oh,
was next and
I
then Parquillian.
yes,
No
sorry,
problem. I have to-
Kazi.
I have to
I
bow
don't
to
know what it
Kazi.
is. Did I do that last time too? I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It's part of the
Oh my
chaos. Part of
god,
the chaos.
I keep like skipping you. I'm sorry.
That's what
I'm
Chaos
so
Magic
sorry.
does.
It's all good. It's all good, man. You know, I haven't been zooming so much lately. Maybe that's why. No, it's
No,
all
no,
good.
no, no. It's not that. It's I don't know. I have no clue.
It's all good. It's all good. I promise you. Without getting too deep into it, as y'all know, I haven't been zooming so much. I just been dealing with life's vicissitudes and shit. You know what I mean? So I haven't been zooming. I haven't been posting on my page. So I must ask you to please forgive me for I do not have a cover. Like it's hard enough finding enough of my own shit to spit anymore. But what I can do is just spit two of mine, if that's okay. Yeah, no. I promise.
That is okay, Kazi. Do as thou wilt shall be the whole of the law.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I promise next time I come here, I will have a cover. Okay. I have this pretty short one titled Poetic Paradox. Some of y'all have heard it. Excuse me. I'm respectfully disrespectful. I'm politely rude. I'm vindictively non-vengeful. I'm courteously crude. I'm peacefully at war. I'm pleasantly mean. I'm a sweet soldier, but I'm visibly unseen. I'm nostalgically forgotten. I'm a discarded jewel, but I'm awfully awesome. It's why I'm kindly cruel. I'm quietly loud. I'm confidently insecure. I'm humbly conceited. I'm positively unsure. I'm famously anonymous. I'm popularly unknown. I am a rich vagabond. I'm a child all grown. I am foolishly wise. I am meekly proud. But sometimes less is more, so I'm my own single crowd. Thank you. That's that one. And then I have this other one, which is recently finished. I was able to finally finish it. Fairly new shit. It's titled This Meticulous Syllabus. Some of y'all may have heard this as well. While navigating the sewers towards my dreams and aspirations, I dreamt of a dream that was filled with a very vivid realization. It said to me, expand your visions beyond the horizons of possibility, and that will highly improve your third eye's visibility. See, I can hear the music in the deafening silence, filled with the slow song sung by the void of sound, with an explicit emphasis on the dismally disdained heaviness which has become so profanely profound that it sadistically swarms and systematically compounds the vast emptiness by which we're so suspensefully bound. I listened to the muted echoes of my flying imagination as they whispered the sweetest of nothings into my inner ear, which I could barely even hear over the fragilely fluttering wings of its panoramic predestination. A vivid figment yanked out of thin air due to fear's despair from literature's unprecedented incarceration. Free the liberty of my words, like the three little chittering birds that sit and intently listen as I incessantly resound the creatively crooning nouns and brilliantly glittering verbs that tickle the rhythmic ripples of these prophetically whistled epistles with soliloquies full of the most benevolently eloquent of riddles, harmoniously harmonized by visionary missionaries with a veritably profound and such an abounding verve. All I seem to hear anymore is this, that, and the third, which is very much quite in fact when it actually occurred to me that the rhymes between the lines have been vernacularly blurred and so spectacularly slurred to the point where it's now become so unimaginably absurd. In a word, I pictured 1,000 words I've never even heard before. I extracted them out of a begotten memory that seems to have embarked on this frequently forgotten reverie from 4 years ago and 7 score. Regrettably, what's even more of an absurdity to be deplorably abhorred is the inordinately afflicted and rhetorical rapport which has been negligently abandoned so arbitrarily at random and is still waiting in tandem to be collaboratively restored. Then perhaps my voice may once again be able to soar, far way beyond the evermores of never before. I swear that I so solemnly swore to seriously look into this and explore the core ridiculousness of this and every possibly open door. I'm realizing that it might be time for me to go a bit overboard. I may have to exceed excess and relieve the rest of my impeding stress with every last little bit of my innocuously interceding breath in hopes that if I were to find myself against the ropes, I guess I'd simply rope a dope until I'm dope enough to poke out my chest. It's the only way I know the success. So at best, I suppose the next order of business is to invoke some sort of informal photosynthesis with a determinately encourageable impetus focused on encouraging the mysterious for the purpose of disclosing this meticulous syllabus. Thank you.
Kazi, fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Everybody open your mics and give it up for Kazi. Kaz.
Kazi.
Yes, yes.
Amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Kazi. You always have it in you. Don't give up.
Never, 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 never. Thank you for that. Thank you. Can't afford to. Appreciate
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much once again. You're so amazing. The thing is, I don't remember to call you because I'm always like, oh, it's a given. But up next is Megas.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Megas.
No, Martin Parker. Parquillian. What are you
Wait,
doing,
I'm
Alma?
messing up here. I'm
What's
so
up?
sorry.
You're bringing the chaos tonight. You're bringing the chaos
I'm bringing
as
the chaos today.
promised.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
Martin Parker. And
Bring
then I have Martin Parker, then CCR Chagra, then me.
Wait, no, he said he wasn't going on. CC.
Oh, CC's not going on? Okay. Martin, please bless us with some words.
All right, thank you so much. Great to hear Kazi, and that means I've got to follow him though. So, but I thought I'd start tonight with a cover by the Polish poet Czesław Miłosz, poem called In Warsaw, from Warsaw, 1945. What are you doing here, poet, on the ruins of St. John's Cathedral this sunny day in spring? What are you thinking here, where the wind blowing from the Vistula scatters the red dust of the rubble? You swore never to be a ritual mourner. You swore never to touch the deep wounds of your nation, so you would not make them holy with the accursed holiness that pursues descendants for many centuries. But the lament of Antigone searching for her brother is indeed beyond the power of endurance, and the heart is a stone in which is enclosed, like an insect, the dark love of a most unhappy land. I did not want to love so, this was not my design. I did not want to pity so, that was not my design. My pen is lighter than a hummingbird's feather. This burden is too much for it to bear. How can I live in this country where the foot knocks against the unburied bones of kin? I hear voices, see smiles, I cannot write anything. 5 hands seize my pen and order me to write the story of their lives and deaths. I was born to become a ritual mourner. I want to sing of festivities, the greenwood into which Shakespeare often took me. Leave to the poets a moment of happiness, otherwise your world will perish. It's madness to live without joy and to repeat to the dead, whose part was to be gladness of action in thought and in the only 2 salvaged words, truth and justice. So for my personal poem, this is from Tumblewords this past weekend, the Memorial Day workshop. And don't know as this compares to Czesław's poem, but this is about my father's experiences in Warsaw shortly after 1945 as part of the Marshall Plan, taking horses to Poland. And this is one of his experiences in the city of Warsaw. This is called After the War. Amid the bombed out buildings, a drizzling rain had soaked the ground of Warsaw's central square, an island of green within the decay. An impromptu market had appeared, where random goods lay all around. His camera's shutter malfunctioned, more damaged than he thought when he crashed his car, as it threatened to slide off the seat. He found a Zeiss icon at the old woman's stall. The price was 2 cartons of cigarettes, and his transparent plastic slicker as well, to shield the woman from the rain, if not the memories of all she had lost. And thank you very much. And I'll put a link in for my Father's Day card if anybody wants one to print out, and you can join my mailing list and keep buying the stuff. And thank you for everybody that has. I just came back from second surgery and emergency laser surgery on my left eye. So I go in tomorrow to find out how my eyes are doing and what is the next step. So thank you very much.
All our best to you, Martin, on your upcoming surgery. Everything goes well. I hope everything goes smoothly. Eyes are very important, no doubt.
Thank
yes.
you.
You are loved, brother. Okay. Alma?
Cece wanted to say a few words of thanks real quick, though.
Yeah, just a real quick. I'm so wiped out, man. That thing I did on Friday took every ounce of my life. I can't believe I put that off my whole life. And I'm so grateful for Thomas and Catalyst for actually encouraging me to try to pull off a almost probably closest thing to a concert that I've ever done. And I tried to say, you know, how much time, and they go, no, no, go ahead and do it. And so you guys, it meant the world. It wiped me out. I'm burning up. I'm in bed. It's like, this is good. But thank you. I really appreciate it. And that's all I want to say is I came to say thank you and hear you guys. I love you all.
Years. I haven't seen it yet. I was unable to attend, but I have it on my list to watch. I'm excited about it. Your concert and feature performance on Open Minds Open Mic last Friday is on YouTube. Go to Open Minds Open Mic and check it out. I want to single out somebody right now in our little Zoom boxes. There's Catalyst. Yay. Hi, Catalyst.
Hello, everyone. Sorry I didn't make it tonight, but it's good to see you all. I hope there was
We
lots of
love
magic
you.
and chaos. I love you
We love
all.
you.
So cool. Hi, Catalyst.
Thank you.
Would you intro me, Alma?
Yes, yes, yes. Up and to close the night, we have the Magus. Big round of applause. And thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Megas, for everything you do. You're a visionary. We love you.
Cheers. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here tonight. This has been another incredible edition of Chaos Magic, which I'm going to close out with two pieces. One cover for Memorial Day that seems appropriate. And I'm having a hard time figuring out what to do for my original. OMG BJB sparked something in me with the State of the Union. I haven't done it in a long time. I did a piece called The Mental State of the Union Address. It posits that I was able to get to George W. Bush's water bottle 45 minutes before he went on stage with enough LSD in it to make him tell the truth. This is the Mental State of the Union Address. Shh. I have a secret I must share. This is my true personal nightmare. You see, I'm out golfing with 41. That's my pa, we're some father and son. Now, the whole dream I won't belabor, but suddenly my drivers turned to a lightsaber, and off came his head with a single whack. I mistook dad for Hussein of Iraq. The severed head and the 41 ball cap rolled across the green into a sand trap. I ran to it. What did I see? I was staring back at me. Now you can imagine my surprise at staring into my own eyes when suddenly Yoda, who's my caddy, is standing with me and the me who's my daddy. Yoda shakes his head when R2D2 beeps. My alarm goes off and I have the creeps. Damn, it's another boring day. I never listen to a thing people say. But who like Yoda is much wiser? My national security advisor. She's educated so very nice. She's Dr. Condoleezza Rice, and she'll explain my nightmare. But she spoke of Freud, and I nodded as if I was aware. Then she's off on archetype and some young guy, and I want to understand her, and I really try to get a simple answer for a simple me, one that's not uncontradictory, just something clear and not so highfalutin. But she's name dropping Joseph Campbell and Vladimir Putin. With so much talk, there's so little grasping. But what she said next left me gasping. Abel was killed by an angry Cain. She blew my mind like I was Kurt Cobain. She said that this was about Poppy, me, and brother Jeb. She lured me with her story to the center of her web. I'm president, and Jeb's just Florida governor. but I always had the feeling Daddy liked him more. I feel like to Dad I'm some dumb fuck here thanks to Jeb in Florida and sheer blind luck. She said that this war was not about deterrence, but something totally different she called transference. I hate Saddam like the father I cannot please. My cognitive dissonance leads to y'all's unease. Thus, y'all be fighting in Baghdad so as to make peace with my dad. They are very ugly, Hussein and Osama, but I'm not afraid. Have you seen my mama? She hurt me, dog. She took it so far. She compared me to Lucifer, the morning star. Sure, I'd rather rule in hell than serve in heaven. And I am taking advantage of 9/11. Okay, I'm the deceiver of the whole world. I'm the tempter. I'm the new Satan, known as the Saddam preemptor. And I'll not be cast alone into y'all's lake of fire, turning and turning in your widening gyre. I'm uncomfortable with all this maledictory. Condi calls this fear of Pyrrhic victory. Now, what's that? Still lost in the passionate intensity of sin, she explains to me that even if you win this battle, I might still lose my war. What the fuck would you be fighting for if I don't win re-election? I think of that and well, there goes my erection. This worry almost makes war no fun. Will I get a second term when this war is won? Or will it end like for 41, the sins of the father revisited on the son? Pride cometh before the fall. So saddle up, lock and load. Next stop, Baghdad, y'all. The whore of Babylon soon will crumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Thank you. And
Damn, damn, damn. Wow.
that one
Yeah,
takes a
that's
little bit out of me.
yeah, it's theater, man. That's theater. Take it up a notch.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Okay, my next piece is in honor of Memorial Day. This is Love Vigilantes by New Order. I'm gonna sing it a cappella. Oh, I've just come from the land of the sun, from a war that must be won in the name of truth. With our soldiers so brave, your freedom we will save. With our rifles and grenades and some help from God. I want to see my family, my wife and child waiting for me. I've got to go home. I've been so alone, you see. Oh, you just can't believe the joy I did receive when I finally got my leave and I was going home. Oh, I flew through the sky, my convictions could not lie. For my country I would die, and I will see it soon. I want to see my family, my wife and child waiting for me. I've got to go home, I've been so alone, you see. When I walked through the door, my wife, she laid upon the floor, and with tears her eyes were sore. I did not know why. Then I looked into her hand, and I saw the telegram that said that I was a brave, brave man, but that I was dead. I want to see my family, my wife and child waiting for me. I've got to go home. I've been so alone, you see. I want to see my family, my wife and child waiting for me. I've got to go home. I've been so alone, you see. I want to see my family, my wife and child waiting for me. I've got to go home. I've been so alone, you see. Thank you.
Woo! So, so beautiful. Thank you so much for that.
Damn,
Open your
Megan.
mics, please.
Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
Vegas. I
Wow.
love it when you sing.
Always, always, always. Whoo! Yeah.
I really appreciated coming by here. You guys lift me up. A lot of great work.
Awesome.
Cheers, everyone. I'm so happy you all were here, and thank you to all of you who stuck it out to the very bitter end to see me perform the last piece. Hey, there's Thomas. Thomas
Oh,
Open Minds. Yeah. Love
you.
you, brother. Love you, Catalyst. And love you all, everyone. Good night.
Good
See you
night. Good
next week,
night.
I hope.
Love you all. Thank you. You're all gorgeous. The night goes by super fast because it's so much fun. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Hey, Grease. Love you all. Peace.
Love you, Catalyst.
Love
Bye.
you.
Love y'all. Have a good night.